Hello, hello. How are you? I'm so excited. I am thrilled that you are here. And I'm just going to see who's here. I see Amanda, you made it, and Amy, and Bernadette, and Jacqueline. I'm so excited that you're here. That's awesome. Hey, I'm in Seattle. I don't know if you know that. I don't know where you're from. I'd love for you to share where you're from. I'm one who usually does not like to talk about the weather, but it is literally winter wonderland here in Seattle right now. So share in the chat. Actually, there we go. I'm going to make it public. Um, Hi, Bernadette. So nice to have you here from Atlanta, Georgia. I love it. I love it. Um, Before we get started, I'm just going to share if you feel like chatting and have a comment or a question. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it a little bit, and then definitely at the end, I will have a Q&A. So well, let's wait just a couple more minutes. So, oh, Amanda, you're from Enumclaw. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And Amy is from Wisconsin. Elle is here from New Zealand. I love it. I love it. You know, as I was getting ready, I was thinking about, before COVID and doing speaking engagements. And again, because we are literally covered with snow, this would have been canceled. And so I'm so grateful for virtual. I mean, it has literally changed our life, right? So super cool. Well, I am somebody who totally honors those of you who are here on time. And so I want to get started. The goal is it's going to be about an hour. And so, again, if you feel like a comment, I love interaction. I will have some little exercises for you to do. And if you feel like being interactive, I really invite you to do that. So, I am going to do a presentation because I love for you to see truly transformation that has gone on with previous clients. So I'm going to share my screen here, my presentation, but you still see me. So that's wonderful. So, welcome to Create a Signature Wardrobe That Is Totally You. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm so about being the unique you, is really stepping into your authenticity, and that's what this is all about. Is how do you take those steps to be totally you and claim who you are? And I believe with every fiber of my body that when you start giving yourself permission to be totally you, is there's a confidence when you get dressed, there's an ease. You're showing up aligned with your personal professional brand. You're feeling confident to get noticed. And, the beautiful thing that happens with that is others love authenticity and you are attracting new opportunities to you. One thing I would love to even hear in the chat is, are you an entrepreneur? Are you online? Are you retired? Do you work for corporate? So that would be helpful too. I'd love to hear that about you, just a little bit about you. So getting dressed, I understand, can feel hard sometimes. And there's so many reasons why it can feel hard, whether it's you feel like you have too many clothes, your clothes are outdated. I mean, they don't fit. We all know it's real, especially over the last couple years with COVID, is things have changed. Is you maybe aren't going into the office, you're online, you're kind of wondering, is my style changed? What should I wear? And you're starting to question your sense of style, and it does start affecting your confidence. So I see we have retired 2 horses. We have full-time entrepreneur, wonderful. Debbie is here. She helps people write her books. I love that. So we're going to have a couple little fun things that happen right now, and I'm going to do a couple polls. So I'm going to start with the first one, and that is, what goes on when you enter your closet in the morning? And I'm going to share that. And so you get to answer what goes on when you go to your closet in the morning. Somebody answered, your clothes don't fit. You have too many clothes. And if you don't feel like those represent you, feel free to put in the chat what you feel. So a couple things don't fit. It doesn't represent you. Okay. So we're going to be talking more about these particular issues that you may be having. So before we begin, you know what? I know we're talking about style, but if you know me, I'm a huge goal person. And so I'm very intentional, whether I go to a workshop, you come to my workshop. So I want to ask you 2 questions. And so I want you to think about these as we're going through the presentation or after you leave, and you'll have this to be thinking about. So the first is, what do you think your problem is? You're here today, maybe you're not feeling 100% confident with your wardrobe. What do you think your problem is? And this is for you. If you want to share, great, but this is really for you to think about what you think that problem is. And then the second question is what would you love to see happening in your closet? And I really believe that when we have that self-awareness and we bring that to the forefront, we start hearing things in a different way. And I'm sure that I will be covering how you're feeling, like we talked about, whether it's things don't fit or it's not representing you or your closet is stuffed. And no, I was going to say hoping. I know that you'll be able to leave with some really golden nuggets to help you with that. How does that feel? Just writing that down, like, okay, this is what I'm experiencing and this is what I want to experience. So my number one goal today is to help you. What does a signature wardrobe that is totally you, what does that look like for you? And I want to share a couple of my guiding principles that I'm going to be sharing today, but I'll show you how I use those guiding principles with my clients. And number one is, I believe that style begins with the woman and not the clothes. And if you've been following me for a while, you may have heard that. And what it's really insinuating, it's about that authenticity. It's about the uniqueness of who you are. And then number two is, clothing does not make you, it reveals you. And this really comes out is, I believe that whatever you choose to wear every day, you are purposefully or unintentionally telling a story about you. And we'll get more into that. So we talked about those challenges that you're facing, that overstuffed closet. Maybe you've gained weight during COVID. Maybe it's the whole online shopping is very stressful for you. And there's just doubt and uncertainty. Should I wear this? Is it appropriate? Is it even still in style, right? And many of my clients will say to me, Annette, help me to show up totally me without feeling like I'm trying too hard. And something sometimes just feels off with that. And you're not sure what is you. Can anybody relate here? Bernadette says, I am now dressing for myself and not for other ladies so I can get compliments. Yay, 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 Bernadette. I love that. Dixie, I'm 89 years old. My waistline is permanently wider and cannot wear heels now. I only leave the house for errands and a few social events. I have lots of clothes and enjoy looking my best. 89. Oh my gosh, Dixie, that's amazing. And I just really honestly applaud you for still having that value of being your best self. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. So, I want to just share, if you've not heard my story, how I began in this business. And many women will ask me, Annette, how did you get started? Well, my journey started in 1985, a few years ago, in Spokane, Washington, in a boutique called Traveler's Choice. I had just graduated from college. I had my marketing and communications degree, and I always had this love for fashion. It was always part of me. I mean, even as a young girl, I was making my own clothes. My mom was enrolling me in sewing lessons. She was enrolling me in programs. I can't, what do I want to call it? Charm school. And so I always had this real love for personal presence. And it's so interesting that I can go back so far ago that started. But this is what happened. I was hired out of college to go to work for a family owned boutique who owned actually several boutiques. And I was here to come and work under the owners. I was to help with the buying, with merchandising. They were doing a lot of events. But this was the problem. I'm 23 years old. I'm going into this high-end boutique, and I felt that personal struggle of I felt inexperienced. I didn't look the part because the clientele was, I get very professional women, very savvy professional women. They're 30s, 40s, 50s. Think about like a business building. I was thinking about this today and I thought the boutique was like underneath. If you're from the Seattle area, it's called the Columbia Tower Club. And that boutique was at the bottom. So there was a lot of very professional women that came into the boutique. And I didn't look the part. I didn't feel successful. I didn't feel on brand with the store. I'm out of college. And, I find even though I share this experience, is that women who I work with now can still, whether you're 23 or you're 53, you go into a new, you have a promotion or a new business or a new something that's going on in your life, and you're thinking, I don't feel like I look the part. I don't feel successful. And so what I had to start doing is I had to start building my wardrobe one piece at a time. And how I refer to it is I was building and creating my personal boutique in my own closet. And that to this day is exactly what I help you to do. Thank goodness the store that Traveler's Choice gave me $100 clothing allowance. And I can remember at the time being so discerning and really having a strategy like, what was I going to bring into my closet this month that I could start building this amazing professional wardrobe so that I felt successful like the women that were coming into the store. And this is where a real defining moment of mine really changed is as a young 23-year-old, I came into this position because I loved fashion, but the women who were coming into the store, they were coming in because they wanted to feel confident. And I knew at that point that I was not selling fashion. Yes, we are selling clothes and it's fashion, but I was not in the fashion industry. I was in the confidence industry. And that is so, I mean, it's so parallel to what I do today. And I kind of pinch myself thinking, wow, that's where it all began. And so I understand that feeling of if you don't feel aligned with your brand, you don't feel aligned with the position at work or what you're really trying to achieve with where you're going. So, it's that inward confidence. When we start building that, we start understanding who we are, and then you start creating a wardrobe that aligns with who you are. So, can anybody relate to that right now? Um, Elle says, yes, I see a few. And you know what, Elle? I think I'm trying to remember if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Debbie says that I can relate. Jacqueline says, I'm elegant and sophisticated, but I'm not dressing the part. So here I am 30 years later. I've been in my industry a very long time. So as I said, it started with fashion, it moved into confidence. And through these years, it's really been important for me. I'm a learner. I love knowing as much as I can about my industry. Certified in the National Association of Image Consultants. I'm a More Alive with Color expert. I'm a fashion feng shui facilitator, and I've been certified as a corporate image consultant. And it's been such a beautiful combination to put that with my marketing and communications degree, because literally it is your personal brand. As long with fashion and style, it's using that as a tool. So today, as you know, we are going to talk about 3 mistakes that keep you questioning your personal style. We're going to talk about how to design a signature wardrobe that becomes a business tool. And then we're going to talk about why you don't need a large wardrobe to look and feel put together, having you oozing with confidence and dressing with ease. And I'm going to show you real life scenarios of clients. So you're going to love it. So this is what I believe is mistake number 1, is believing that style begins with fashion. And hey, I heard a couple of you say you have that stuffed closet and we see that mannequin, and hey, I am all for a great mannequin and being inspired by that. But sometimes we get caught in buying off the mannequin or buying things so spontaneously. And what happens when we focus on that, or there's this great sale that goes on, and our closet becomes stuffed. And what happens is, and this is statistics, that you are only wearing 20% of your wardrobe. That means you're not wearing 80% of your wardrobe. And so then you start questioning your colors because you have these pieces, right? That it's like, okay, are these even me? You're wondering, are they flattering? Maybe you got the fashion trend villain got you, lured you in on a sale, or your fashionista girlfriend said, oh my gosh, you have to buy this. And you came home and you realized, oh my gosh, This is so not me. And so I want you to meet one of my clients, Alice. I love Alice. And her goal when we first met was she said, one of my style mistakes is she got stuck in a shopping rut for 15 years and she had that closet. Now, you may be looking at Alice and thinking, she looks amazing. And you know what? She does look amazing. And I'm kind of bringing this to the forefront because sometimes we see these before and afters online and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that's what I'm looking for. I want that huge transformation." But sometimes it might just be a level 1 transformation. Maybe it is that level 5 transformation for you. But Alice was in a place because she had that stuffed closet, and Alice loves shopping, and many of you may love shopping too. She said, I want to feel good and confident. So something was going on inside of Alice that she wasn't feeling her most confident self. And kind of in that process, too, is Alice was interested in attracting a life partner. So the style truth, so we talked about the style mistake. So now we're going to talk about the style truth. And the style truth, number one, is that style begins with the woman and not the clothes. You need to begin acknowledging your strengths, what you value. I like to call the essence of who you are. It's your authenticity. You need to acknowledge your body type. I know that some of you here have said, I've gained some weight. Dixie, you were one, you were talking about your waistline. This is not trying to fit you into a box, but it's becoming aware that that's your waistline right now and it's okay, and that you search out pieces that are in alignment with where you are now. So this is not becoming somebody different unless you choose to, that you say, I'm gonna, my goal is to lose weight. In fact, it was interesting, I'm actually going to go back a step. That was Alice excuse me, one of Alice's goals was to lose some weight before we started working together. And what I shared with her was, I said, you know what, just even so you know this, let's say you do lose some weight, you start building this foundational wardrobe. You can always have those clothes altered. But when you can start feeling amazing now, it's amazing how it feels to start building that wardrobe. And when you start identifying your personal colors. So this is also what I just want to share with you is when you begin acknowledging the awareness of the real you, it does take courage and vulnerability to be authentic. Why do I say this? Because when I start helping you to elevate and to be the best version of you, you will be noticed. And sometimes that's not always comfortable. And I say this because I've had this happen with clients. The compliments start coming, people just like stopping you and going, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I've actually had clients feel uncomfortable with that. And it's because you're not used to being acknowledged in that way because you've been dressing safe for so many years. Alice was one. I mean, she will raise her hand and say, I wore so much black. And sometimes women, and I say this, I love black. That's like, it's actually one of my favorite colors. But are you wearing black because you're hiding? Or are you wearing black because you love combining it with other pieces in your wardrobe? So, as you start revealing the real you, the truth is there is some vulnerability that starts happening. But can I tell you, it's so beautiful. So, as we talked about, as you're going through this process of, are you listening to your fashionista girlfriend? Are you listening to the salesperson? Was it on sale? And you weren't honoring the style truth of who you were. And there, sometimes you have this little voice in your head and you're trying it on, you're in front of the mirror. And what is the first thing the salesperson says? Oh my gosh, that looks so amazing. And you're like, well, maybe it does. And that little voice goes, oh, it's okay, it's fine. And you bought it. And then you end up having these clothes that you didn't love, but were just okay. I want you to meet Alice now. So, Alice's goal, if you remember, Alice said, I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel confident. Alice, before we started working together, would never in a million years, she actually told me, I asked her, I go, Alice, okay, you're telling me about you. You're telling me about your personality. What do you think of faux fur? She's like, oh my gosh, I would never wear faux fur. What about leopard print? Oh my gosh, I would never wear leopard print. She sent me this picture. She went on an amazing retreat to Tuscany and bought this outfit when she was in Italy. And she said, Annette, I would never have had the confidence to wear this had we not worked together. And you know what? She's the hero. Is she had to work on herself and have that self-acceptance on who she was, but also really to give herself permission is that, as she would say, I want to be confident, I want to be stylish, and I want some fun. As you said, Debbie, ooh la la, go Alice. And so, um, as her before and after, she still looks gorgeous. I'm not saying, you know what, and she would agree too. This was part of Alice's rut. Those black boots and that gold necklace, she wore it with everything. She wore it with her leggings, which is all she wore, or a dress. So that was part of her rut. And now there's just personality just oozing from Alice, which I think is just so amazing. So after Alice, we worked together. One of the things she goes, thank you for the fresh, fun perspective she now has on her wardrobe. Her new wardrobe, as Alice would say, really brought out the totally you of who she was, of her personality. She just felt more confident from the inside out, and so excited to continue building her wardrobe. This is one of my favorite quotes is style is a deeply personal expression of who you are. And every time you dress, you are asserting a part of yourself. And this can be really scary or can be really powerful, is letting people see the totally you. Has anybody, just curious, kind of had that experience of revealing more of who they are and it was kind of scary? We look at others or look at the outside world. What are others going to think? Elle said yes. So this is one of my favorite exercises, and it's getting you a step closer to the essence of who you are, and it's called your t-shirt word. So if I gave you a blank t-shirt and I asked you to put one word on that t-shirt, what would you put? So these are just examples: growth, excellence, compassionate, creative. Bernadette said, beast. You're a powerful woman. I just have to say, Debbie came to a workshop of mine several years ago. And I so remember when we did this, I'm just going to point you out, Debbie, I hope you don't mind, is her word was feminine. And I remember you telling me it was like the first time that you gave yourself permission to, it's okay to be feminine. Elle said vivacious. Debbie says, yes, I love the word feminine. You know, when I first did this, my word was excellence. And what you will find, this word, it's not just about your style. Amy said bold. Is if you start really owning this word, you will begin to start seeing it permeate in many facets of your life. So this is not just a style word, but it's really for you to start embodying a piece of who you are, but it happens to show up also in your style. So how I use this example when I use the word excellence, it's something I stand for. You know, it's how I do my business. It's how I work with clients. It's how I do a webinar. I remember I've had so many people tell me, Annette, you always look so nice. Why are you so dressed up? Well, I was never so dressed up that I'm inappropriate. But when I finally went through my own training of this years ago, it started really making me understand this is who I am. And I just owned it. This is who I am. And yes, other people are going to judge. And that's okay because it is totally me. Style mistake number 2, believing that personal style is complicated. And some people believe that, some people don't. Why do people believe that? So why does personal style feel complicated? I had a client recently, and I loved when she said this because it made sense of why she thought her wardrobe felt complicated. She said, I have multiple personalities in my wardrobe. So this is not to say that you can't have like different parts of you and revealing that, but sometimes again it goes back to, we got the fashion villain goddess, the fashionista girlfriend goddess, and they were really pieces that represented them but not us. And what happens is you start questioning your sense of style and does it look good, and it starts affecting your confidence. It starts eroding how you feel about your stuff, about yourself. You look in the mirror and you wonder, oh my gosh, like, should I even wear this? And it takes up a lot of mental energy. I want you to meet my friend Teresa. She was one of those that her style mistake was, she said, I waste so much mental energy every time I go to my closet. And her goal was, she said, I want to be on brand. I want to show up authentically. And what was different when I say it in that way, she wanted to show up authentically, aligned with her brand, is she is an executive business coach, but she knew she was different. And I say different in a really good way. She was understanding who she was. And back in the day when when she started her business, she was wearing really traditional suits. And she goes, This is so not who I am. So, the style truth is that personal style can be effortless, but you must have a wardrobe strategy. Um, we do so many things with strategy, right? We set goals in our business. We how we do life. We have a workout regimen, and we have a strategy, or how are we going to eat. And I know Bernadette is a big runner. I'm sure you have a strategy on how you're going to run those marathons. I believe in having a personal style strategy. And in that strategy, I really believe in being intentional. And this is something I teach in my Reveal Your Radiance signature program. I teach a lot about how do you be intentional? How do you use your wardrobe as a business tool, and how does it serve you? How does it serve your lifestyle? Because right now, as I said at the very beginning, our lifestyles are very, very different. And you need a wardrobe that really honors that. Maybe when you look in your closet, when I asked you what happens when you look in your closet, is do you have wardrobe pieces for new client appointments? Maybe you're a speaker. Maybe you travel a lot. I'm actually working with a lot of women right now who didn't have those pieces in their wardrobe for their casual lifestyle. So I had a gal who was taking a lot of clients to sporting events, and she goes, I need that smart casual wardrobe to take my clients to these events. Another client said, I just want these amazing outfits for when I go out with girlfriends. So, this does not have to be across the board business, because what happens is a lot of us are in Zoom, and you may have those great tops or jackets that you wear, but you're needing that other lifestyle wardrobe for those other facets of your life. I also believe in investing in pieces, going back to revealing your strengths, your excellence. So it's all tied together of how you are building your signature wardrobe. I also believe in quality and not quantity. And so you're having this wardrobe that you can count on. It's quality. It's not gonna wear out in a year, but it's gonna stand the test of time. So when Teresa and I started working together, these were some of the pieces that she actually already had in her wardrobe. And they were leather, and she loved them. They were pieces from Italy. Teresa happens to be the guide who takes women. She has a business called Retreat to Tuscany, and so these were pieces that she had bought over there, so they had meaning to her, but they also really represented her signature style. So we went from the suits, as I see Bernadette does not like suits, but the leather jackets, and then the faux leather pants, and the leather booties, the animal print. And so her word, when we did her t-shirt word, it was the word inspire. And so these were pieces in her existing wardrobe that we started building around. And that is something that's also really important to me. Is it is not about you thinking that you have to start from scratch, but what are those pieces you already love in your wardrobe that you can begin building a signature wardrobe around? So meet Teresa now. This happened to be I helped her with a branding photo shoot. And here she is in pieces that she already loved. And she felt authentic. She felt on brand. And so these were pictures that she was going to be using on her website, but of course, with her existing clients, and loved that. So she still looks professional. She's an executive woman's coach, but she is aligned with who she is, being totally Teresa. And here is her before and after. Of course, you know what? Hey, if you could see my before, we all clean up very, very nicely. So, but I love it. I just absolutely love it. And so after Teresa and I worked together, what she really embodied was, not everything I own is invited into my closet. And she really loved that. I call it a Annette-ism of, not everything is invited into your closet, and to be very discerning what you want to keep and what you want to let go of. And it really simplified her closet. She was able to create some phenomenal outfits that really complemented her body type, her personal coloring, and she felt like $1,000,000 representing her brand. So I want to ask you, do you have a signature piece that you could kind of think about? Maybe it's a jacket. The second woman there, maybe it's beautiful blouses. Maybe it's prints that you're really gravitated to. Or maybe it's dresses. I mean, the fourth gal there, it's just such a simple look, but it's adding the accessories that really feels put together. And maybe it's necklaces. These are one of, I love pearls. It's definitely one of my statement pieces, my signature pieces that I love wearing. So just curious, think about that as you begin creating a signature wardrobe. Do you have signature pieces or signature looks that really feel totally you? So I want you to think about that. So that's a little exercise for you to go back into your closet. Okay. Style mistake number 3. Believing that style is for later. How many times do you think, when I get that promotion, I will go buy new clothes? When I lose weight, I will go buy new clothes. When I earn X, Y, and Z, I will start building my wardrobe. When my kids go off to college, when your business becomes successful, you will start building your wardrobe. And I just want you to hear my heart on this is, I believe this because I did it as a 23-year-old girl, that you can start building your wardrobe one piece at a time. The signature system that I teach is not about weight. It's not about how much you spend on your clothing. It's building it one piece at a time so that it is aligned with you. I have also found that when women start feeling more beautiful, more confident from the inside out, it gives them that confidence to, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to be seen more. There's a confidence that starts coming from that. If you're like me, we have all had a lot of experiences over the last couple years about, we can't wait till later. We don't know what later is. And I am just so, I stand in this, I honor myself. That is, you know what? There's no better time than now to be the best version of you. I want to introduce you to my other client, another client, Barbara. And one of Barbara's, her style mistake was, she said, I want to stop feeling just okay. And again, when you look at Barbara, that's not a super great picture, seeing her really up close. But if she were to walk into a meeting and she has on a black suit, she has on a white shell, a pair of pearls, and you would go, you know what? You look nice. You know what? You look nice. You look sharp, and that, conservative, but that's more classic, and that's the way that who she was. And she did look okay. And I'll never forget when Barbara called me and she said, I want to reveal my energetic self. She goes, I just want to get up in the morning and I just want to feel fabulous. And those were her words. And she goes, I don't feel like that right now. And she knew that if she felt like that she would start attracting a higher level client. And that's how she wanted to build her signature wardrobe. So the style truth is to own your style now. And I think Bernadette, you said it, is you need to start now. And when you start now, you feel empowered. You feel vibrant. There's something when we just get into action and we just start moving forward. I even have experimented is just getting a new necklace, a new lipstick on how fabulous that can change you in an instant. And when you start owning who you are now, you are ready to be seen. You are ready to attract those new opportunities or apply for those new promotions or attract those higher level clients. But as I said earlier, the scary truth is it is scary sometimes to be in that uncomfortable, to step outside your comfort zone from your current identity and be that elevated you because you've been in that safe place for so long. And it doesn't have to that you have to start from scratch. And I want to show you what I did with Barbara, what we worked together. And I just love this. With Barbara, we started with a color and she still has her black. We actually added, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we added a little bit more of a relaxed black jacket. So she still has on her black ensemble, but she's brought in a signature color. And Barbara's word was effervescent. And somebody else had a word to me that was kind of similar to that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was adding that yellow. And you can just see the smile on Barbara's face when she started incorporating actually, I'm going to call it's honey gold into her wardrobe. So meet Barbara now. She is revealing her energetic self and attracting that higher level client. So this is her before and after. And you know what's so interesting? I look at a lot sometimes nonverbals kind of metaphorically, almost that black. I've actually never looked at it and thought that until right this second. Is black is a very it's a deep darker color. It's very receding, and it's kind of showing that and then bringing the light and the bright. I mean, it's really revealing her radiance. So it's absolutely beautiful. So I have one last exercise for you. I want you to think about your vision in the next year, maybe in 3 years, maybe 5 years. Where do you want to be? Are you somebody who is leveling up their life? Maybe you're going to start doing some traveling. Maybe you are elevating your brand. Maybe you are just saying, I want to be a better version of me. And what would you be wearing? What would you be wearing that new you in a year, 3 years, 5 years? How would you describe your style in one or two words? That elevated kind of look. And I have to ask, does that version of you fit, that version of you today fit into that vision? And I want you to ask yourself does she need refinement? And sometimes it's just refinement. Or does she need a complete makeover? And, I really believe in that whole self awareness. This is not saying you do, that you don't, but it's a self awareness. You're here today. I believe that you are here. You're saying, you know what, Annette, I am ready to elevate a little, or I want to align with more of who I am. I want to be more discerning on what I want to invite into my closet. So I just want to share, this has been amazing having you here today. And I want to share something that I didn't do my summary. That's okay. We're going to skip it. I want to share with you something that I have been planning for, you know what? I'm actually going to say about 4 years. It's been at least 2 years. And I have had a vision to create a platform for women as a community. And I have now done it, and it's called the Women of Definitive Style. And it is about me taking you on a journey of being your personal guide, of helping you to feel empowered, to feel confident, taking you through a step-by-step process of how do you create a signature wardrobe that is totally you? How do you finally feel confident that you can go into the store shopping and know exactly what is totally you? That you can go into your closet and go, this is so me and this is so not me. That you can be discerning with the colors that you choose and to know that this is so me. And so with this Women of Definitive Style, it is about me being your guide and taking you on this style experience, if you will. And I want to introduce it to you. So I have 2 ways that you can be part of the Women of Definitive Style. The first way is called the Classic Woman. And the Classic Woman is for the woman really designed if you're somebody who says, Annette, I just want a basic wardrobe. And I say basic, I want just the essentials. I want the essentials. That's the word I'm going to use. I need you to help me. I need you to tell me, can I wear this? Is this good? Or these are my colors? But I'm really interested in just the essentials, but I really do need some help with that. This is perfect for you if you want the essentials. The other second program is called the Savvy Woman. This is for the woman who says, Annette, I want the essentials, but I really want to be fashion savvy with my travel wardrobe, with my lingerie, with the new spring colors that are coming out. I want to be fashion savvy with the coats that I choose. So it's really the and then some, if you will. So both programs will have, if you will, a style class. And what that is every single month is I will be offering a themed class. So for example, the first class is fall coats and accessories. And I'm going to be talking about a puffy coat. I'm going to be talking about wool coats. I'm going to be talking about faux fur. I'm going to be talking about leather coats, and just giving you a style experience, deciding what should I buy? What do I need in my wardrobe? You will also have a style office hour. So that's for you after you're going through my signature Reveal Your Radiance Academy. You'll be able to bring your questions. Annette, what do you think of this? Do you like this? We'll be doing a Zoom call. We'll all be on the call. I'll be able to see you. So I'll be able to give you that professional style advice. I will also, for example, be taking those coats and showing you how to style them, because you may be wondering, Annette, can I wear them with these boots? Should I wear them with these earrings? How do I have this put together outfit? So I'll be helping you to style them, and you actually have a catalog. This is part of my kind of behind the scenes stylist resources. You'll be able to click a button and you'll go, oh my gosh, I love that coat. And you'll be able to order it in an instant. So you do not have to be stressed out about online shopping. I'm going to be gathering those pieces for you so that you can discern what do you want to add to your wardrobe. We will have a private Facebook group. Again, this is a place for you to come to ask questions, show me pictures, and I will give you my Annette Bond stamp of approval if I think it's amazing. I will tell you, I'm a very honest soul. I want you to show up as your very, very best self. And I will tell you if I think we could do better. So I just want you to know that. I'm also going to bring in experts, quarterly experts. It might be somebody who is a personal trainer. It might be somebody who we talk about women's hormones. It has to do with the fullness of who you are and becoming that woman of definitive style. And as you can see, the classic woman, you have everything that I'm describing here, plus lifetime access to the Reveal Your Radiant Style Academy. And then you have 3 months in as the style experience of the Women of Definitive Style. And the Savvy Woman, this is a year long that you will have every single month. We'll be talking about a different topic. You also will have 2 private, and I don't have that on there, it is actually private, 60-minute styling sessions with me. So that's kind of the big difference with that. The Reveal Your Radiance program, I'm just going to kind of give you a quick synopsis of this, is a system that I have personally created, and I created it around working with my one-on-one clients. In fact, my one-on-one clients still work with this system, and it's amazing. I take you through every step of how to build that signature wardrobe. The first lesson is about the power of you. The second lesson is about being intentional about how you create your wardrobe. We'll talk about your body type. We'll talk about your coloring. This is something you will also be getting from the More Alive with Color. You'll be getting a personal fan guide. We'll be talking about your closet. How do you create that personal boutique inside your closet? We'll be talking about accessories. I'll be giving you my style secrets. I'll be giving you where should I shop ideas. And then how do you align with your personal professional brand? This is really the Reveal Your Radiance Academy. It is about creating a capsule wardrobe. It's about defining your body type. It's about having that signature wardrobe that is totally you, and it is streamlined, it is simple, and you absolutely love it. This is, I just kind of did a screenshot to give you a behind the scenes of the first style lesson. So this is just kind of an example of different styles that I'll be talking about. Again, I'm covering different kinds of style types. So of course, not all of these are for you. Then this is just a screenshot showing you how you put these together. Like these are, it might be you go, okay, Annette, I don't love that boot, but maybe the whole idea of it, maybe it's the color, maybe you don't like the heel, but it still gives you the idea of how to style that, which is what this is all about. So, is it time for you to create a signature wardrobe that is totally you? And what I am going to do, I am going to add a couple links in here. I am adding that you can a link, and hopefully, can you guys see that? Tell me if you can see. Yes, I have more questions. Oh, okay. So I added my calendar link that if you you have more questions, I would love to chat more with you. Feel free to I'm just making sure I'm giving you the right link. Oh, here's another one. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you have more questions, I'm here. So we don't have to leave. If you have questions, I would love to answer them. If you would like to have a private conversation, I encourage you to schedule a time. And then if you're like, oh my gosh, Annette, I am so ready to say yes to my exceptional self, I encourage you to follow that link, and you are in the program of the Women of Definitive Style. So I have loved the link works. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Debbie. I'm just going to kind of be here for a minute. If anybody would like to ask any other questions or any other thoughts, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. But I just want to tell you, I am honored that you came. Would be honored to be your personal style guide to help you to build that signature wardrobe that is totally you. Wonderful. Amy enjoyed it. Wonderful. Do you know what? I just kind of, right when I just saw Amanda's name, you know what? I'm going to really quickly, I did have a couple questions. Amanda sent me a question, and she said, I want to have a totally you style, and being totally me is a little quirky and unconventional, yet I love classic lines and styles. And this is what, after I read that, Amanda, is thinking that so much of the time we look to the outside for people to give us permission to be quirky, I'm just going to say this, you're probably super creative. And that is giving yourself permission is that you are creative, that you are quirky, and start really embodying who you are and own that. And yes, sometimes it can be kind of scary. Jacqueline, she also had a question. Thank you for being patient with me. I had these right next to me, so I want to make sure I shared this. So Jacqueline was talking about, she said, what's most on my mind is to move from pandemic to classic autopilot. I do not want a fussy wardrobe. I want a high-end classic wardrobe. And first of all, I just have to say this, Jacqueline, is I love what you're saying here is you, and I'm going to say it in my words, simple and streamlined. And what I love is that you know that's what you want and that you need to honor that. And I think that's amazing. And so it's not about somebody telling you that you need something else because you don't. That's who you are, and that's what's going to make you most happy. Um, for example, when you talked about that you love Susie Orman's approach to dressing, which is high quality, tailored black slacks, black tops with outrageous, custom, fun, colorful jackets and shoes. And yes, I love that too. And so as you start building that signature wardrobe, what becomes really important, and that's really that classic woman, the classic woman wardrobe, is you need to start finding those pant styles that fit you like a glove. You need to start finding those tops. And sometimes I like to call it different levels, is maybe you have a shell, maybe you have a short sleeve, maybe you have a long sleeve for the different levels of whether it's weather, whether it's the how the appropriateness of how you're going to wear it. And so it's finding those core pieces that fit your body type, that the fabric is beautiful, that fits you well, the colors are in your palette, and you start building there. And then, as you said, I love those custom, fun, colorful jackets and shoes. And it sounds like Susie Orman, it starts becoming part of your signature. And then, and again, it's being very discerning of, does that jacket get invited into my closet? And it's not just okay, but it's amazing. And when you really start coming from that mindset, you start building a wardrobe that you love instead of going in and it's feeling like a lot of personalities, it's feeling overwhelming, or things don't fit. And again, knowing when you start building a wardrobe like that, things can be altered. So, this whole notion of waiting until you lose weight, have it altered. And feel amazing now. So Bernadette says, I'm a minimalist and I want to diversify my shoes that I can wear with my dresses. Yeah. Um, maybe that becomes part of your signature. As Jacqueline said, I love shoes. Get a tailor. Yes, thank you. That's like, oh, so much of a believer in that. Absolutely. It goes from your clothes fitting just okay to looking like they're truly custom fit for you. Clothes that will be custom fitted. You like different levels, Jacqueline, core pieces. Do I need someone who can sew my jackets? No, I don't think so. There are so many beautiful jackets out there. I actually have to even say this right now. In 2020, I'm a huge jacket person. That's why I know this. In 2020, hey, no one was wearing jackets. That's literally what happened. And so the manufacturers and designers stopped making jackets. And so last year in 2021, it was actually kind of hard to find a nice jacket. Well, now we're catching up, and there are so many gorgeous jackets out there. So, which is good to know, right? So, I mean, different styles. In fact, the very traditional tailored jacket is very, very much very current and stylish right now. And it doesn't mean you have to wear it with a suit or have it look like a suit, but styling it in a way. In fact, you know what? I will probably do I'll probably do a style class on that within the Women of Definitive Style about how do you wear jackets, especially even traditional, like how do you wear them in different ways? So I hope that you consider being part of the Women of Definitive Style because, as I said, I would be absolutely honored to take you on that journey. And I will be sending out a replay, and I can't wait to connect with you soon. So, as I always say, with your definitive style in mind, I will see you soon. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Jacqueline. Oh, I'm just going to ask you which is the best program for me? You know what, Jacqueline? If that the savvy woman, it's for the woman who says, I want that and then some. I really want to look at all facets of my wardrobe. Why? I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to give you this little bit of background, how this came up. When I have worked with my one-on-one clients for years, is at the end of our work together, we will be, we'll build this beautiful wardrobe. And then they say to me, well, Annette, so what about my coats? Annette, so now what about all my lingerie? Okay, what about my travel wardrobe? What about, and it's what about adding these textures? And so that's why I created this, because I know that once you build a basic, okay, I'm not going to say that word classic, I'm sorry, the essentials. And sometimes that is perfect. If it's perfect for you, that's awesome. That's why I'm honoring that. But if you say, I really want to look at all facets of my wardrobe, then the savvy woman is for you, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at all facets of your wardrobe. So how much time, Bernadette, how much time do I have with you if I choose the classic woman? 3 months. You get a 3-month style experience. I'm going to tell you, of all the programs that I have put out there, I'm going to tell you, hands down, that is a wonderful, wonderful program for the price. If you are thinking, I just want to kind of dip my toe in right now, it's going to be a fabulous, fabulous style experience. Okay, Jacqueline says, let's do the savvy. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yay! Debbie, me too, Jacqueline. I love the extra edge. Fantastic. Cool. Well, I can't wait to meet Bernadette, and I have met. I have not met you, Jacqueline, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. And we will be chatting. So I'll be in contact with you, definitely. If there's any more questions, people are leaving, but we can chat later. So I'm gonna stop the webinar, and you are welcome, Debbie, and I can't wait to meet all of you.